So as up until now we had set our navigation, right? So as we had discussed that in earlier videos, we have this header and that footer section coming from somewhere, right? So even though whatever the page I go through, we always have this header and footer section, right? So from where does it come from and how we can change this, right? So to locate this, I just have to close everything and just simply go to that source folder. And in the source folder, as you can see here in that global.css, and if you just go into that route section, here you will just beneath of index.txt, you will find the layout.tsx, right? So this is the layout.tsx component which is responsible for handling all these headers and these footers, because here as you can see we had imported that header, we had imported the footer, and finally we had we had apply this here, like this is the header, this is the footer, just to make sure that okay, we are in the route, we are in the right section. I just going to comment this headers part, right? And now if I just go to our pages, we can't see this, right? So we do not have our header, even though if I changes, if I go to that home page, it is not there. So all of this header and that footer part is managed by here. Okay, and what is that slot part? So this slot part is our component. This is the page component or anything whatever is being rendered here as in child, right? As in child to these parent components. So this is, so in this about section this one, and in the home section this one. So all these are coming from this slots, right? So if I just remove this slot, we do not find these components. Now we navigate to different section and we do not find anything. Okay, so how slots work and how we can use slots in different manners, we will talk in some another video, but for now we just have to understand how this all works, right? Okay, so initially we do not have to do anything, we just have to import this header and that footer. The header just we had manipulated just in our previous video, and in this footer let's manipulate this footer also, right? So to manipulate this, either I can go go to this footer section from here, and it changes everything whatever I want to do, or simply I can do is just remove this footer from here and use my own p tag, right? Or simply footer tag, footer footer tag, and here I'm just writing, okay, it's copyright, rigst, it's copyright mentor because 2023, right? So this is all I want to display as in footer from here. Okay, so this is there. And even though if I, as you had remember that if in my at my initial video, that the first video I had installed that tailwind, right? So by using that tailwind I can also change its style. So for example, I can just text center, and if it is working good, okay, so I do not have to apply this on here, but I should apply here, right? In my opinion it should be like this. So if I just use this, okay, so now I have this text center, and let's change the color to white. So I'm just going to change the text color to white, text WHIT white, and now we have our white footer. Okay, so now we just move from one section to another, like contact, it's our about page. So we have our footer, we have our header. So we have simply manipulated our header, both header and that footer section. And if you are just willing to use that layout for each and every page, you just have to create on that layout.tsx for file in that root section. And if even though if I just change the name of this file, like if I just change the name of this file from layout.tsx tsx to 1, right, it is not going to work. So as you can see, all of that footer and that header has gone, and nothing is there left, right? So it is quite important, it is important that you should use the convention of writing the name with that just layout.tsx. Okay, and with the same thing you can also specify different layout for different pages, which we will see in some other video, right? So I think there is no need to do all this. Okay, but one thing I just want to show you, like what should be the way if I just don't want this um, header header or the footer for my about page. Okay, what should I do? Just if I just want this header and footer for my about page, like, and there are many pages like terms and condition, like login page, where you don't want these layout to be rendered on all these screens. So how you can do this? So you just have to rename these index.txt, and at that end of that uh, file name, that is the index, you just have to use an exclamation mark and just save. Okay, so just by doing this, what is now going to happen, if you just move from home to about page, okay, to contact, okay, I had used to the contact page. So as you can see, in that contact page we do not have our header or footer, it simply renders on a whole page, right? So I was thinking of to apply on uh, about page, but by mistaken I had applied there on contact page. So no matter, I'm just going to switch it to that about section. And now if I go switch to that about section, here we will find no header and no footer, because here I just give a signal that I don't want to use this layout anymore, right, for my this page, for my about page. So this is how you can eliminate the use of default footer, right, default layout. But there is one more thing which you should use in our application. Like for example, you want different headers and footer for different sections. Okay, so for example, just copy this one once again, and instead of naming the file with the same name, I am just going to change its name to like layout dash test. Okay, layout underscore under not layout dash test, right? So if I just want to use this layout, okay, and instead of this header, I am just replacing this header with some another text like h1 tag, and I am using this. Okay, this is a new header, a new header, right? Okay, this is a new header. So instead of so as of now, I am just going to remove this this exclamation mark. Okay, so that header and footer would be there for even though this page, right? And we have our navigation back to us, right? So now if I just want to use this new layout with my, for example, with my home page, no, with my contact page, okay, and instead of using this header and footer, I am willing to now use this layout. So instead of using that default layout, I am for that contact page, I'm willing to use some different layout. So how you can do this? Okay, so you can do this like, if I am going to use this for contact page, firstly I have to go into that contact folder. In that index section, I have to rename this with an @ sign. Okay, so with this sign, I have to just mention the word which is there just after that dash, right? So what we have, this is test. Okay, and as we just save it and enter, our application will now will render with the new layout. Okay, so now so now this component is not rendering this layout, but instead of using this layout. Okay, but you have to understand this, only this contact page is going to render this layout, not all and every. So if you just want to confirm this, we just go to our home page, and here we'll find the same that earlier layout. If you go to the about page, it was the same, but if you just switch to the contact page, the layout is totally different, and which is coming from our this layout.txt. So in this manner you can use multiple layouts in our application and use according to whatever is your requirement. Okay, so in the next video we are going to have a discussion about how we can manage state in our application in Qwik application, right? So what is state is basically the variables in Qwik application. So that is what we are going to look at into our next video. So for this, have a nice day and goodbye. See you in the next video.